Hop. Hey, hop. Ah, there we are. It's a stream. We're live. Live on the information superhighway, the World Wide Web. Some integrated network of some kind. Yeah. It's a stream. Hey, hello. Welcome, everybody watching along. Oh, hope you're doing well out there. Oh no, Kefka. Nice chill stream today because we're done with Final Fantasy X, and I'm not starting anything else right now. Man. Least of all because figuring out how to play 11 is going to be a bit tricky, but it should be fine. But I'm not worrying about that right now because I'm done with Final Fantasy X. We're going to take a brief break from Final Fantasy for a bit. I know 11 is still running. It's just there was a there's a guide for like how to actually play it, or how to install it, or whatever. Anyway, that's not a problem I'm worried about right now. That is yeah, play online, yeah, exactly. Notoriously complicated. No, I don't think so. Not on Steam. Or not Steam does not save you from play online. Yeah, that's exactly it, yeah. You can get it on Steam, yeah, and Steam doesn't have the try. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. I'm not gonna figure it out now. I don't. Yeah, that will be the first boss. Is actually getting it to yeah, to actually figuring out how to play it. So yeah. Still, we'll worry about that at a future date. Not concerned with that right now. We'll see how that, figure it out. But yeah, finished Final Fantasy X yesterday. The wisdom level for 14 is to not get it on Steam, which is the same for 11. Interesting. I wonder. Well, again, not a problem for a while. I wonder why. Yeah, we still got several other games to get through before we get to 14. Ah, man. So yeah, 10, man. 10 was a lot of fun. In fact, let's do a quick recap if I go to my rankings, which we did have enough time to do at the end of the stream yesterday. You can see it is ranked pretty highly. Second in story, but first in gameplay characters, second in visual design, and first in music. So I think it's fair to say Final Fantasy X did really well. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and any of the sort of really dull and tedious bits were my own doing and not anything I needed to do. But I mean, that's whatever. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was yeah, really, really very good. Something I didn't talk about though, or maybe didn't elaborate on a bit, was that like the story being second place, because I really did like the story of it. The delivery of the story suffered a little bit, not mostly in the fact that we're now doing, this is the sort of early days of fully voice acted 3D animated video games. So there was a little bit of awkwardness from that, which meant some things didn't come across as well as they should have. Some things definitely did. Like one really good scene was Titus learning about the ultimate fate of every summoner, which everybody else already knew, but Titus didn't know. That was a really good scene. And actually, I will go to bat to defend the forced awkward laughing scene. Like that is cringe on purpose, and actually in the context of the whole scene, it's actually very good. So there. But there are just little bits where, you know, the acting or the directing or whatever, it doesn't fully work. But I can forgive that because they're still figuring this stuff out, you know. Like particularly at the end, I think there's a lot of deliveries that I wonder if they sort of run into the problem where the delivery, there's a delivery of a sort of line that is very, very, very quick, much quicker than it actually should be, and I have to imagine that's because in Japanese it's like it's a very short word that when you translate it, it becomes like, and they have to work with the animation that they have. You know, they have to sort of match it, dubbing. Yeah, like I'm thinking particularly of towards the end, where Titus says to Jekt, "I hate you," but it's not like "I hate you." It's "I hate you." It's like way too fast. It's like that seems to me like it's dubbing. Like, yeah, that makes things a little bit awkward, but you know, that's okay. Lip flap problems, yes, exactly. Are you suffering from lip flap problems? Oh. Yeah. So yeah. And there are a few other similar instances of things like that, of them saying like something like that very, very quickly, very short delivery that had to match a lip flap from the Japanese version, you know, that didn't quite work. Although what you'll notice, I think, is that Auron doesn't have that problem. Auron just doesn't have that problem. Maybe once or twice, but like much less so, because Auron he's just like you don't see Auron's mouth, so it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so I think let down a little bit, just again by the sort of by the limitations of the time. But that's fine. And that's one of the challenges with going to voice acting, because now you have to you're dealing with not just translation but dubbing as well. Because when you have a text box, you don't have that problem. And also, they are able to get quite a lot of acting out of their 3D models, but it is clear that it's still fairly early and there's not a ton of expression in their 3D models, but there is definitely some, and there's a lot more than there was previously, but it is a little bit stiff at times. But when they do like the fully rendered cutscenes, though, they actually, you know, those look really good. So, yeah. So there. Oh. Oh, yawn. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I did just sort of wake up and I felt like, low energy today. I don't know. That's all right. No, cancelled. Ah man, that's no good. Oh yes, I briefly saw that the Minecraft movie trailer dropped. I haven't watched it, but I was like, I have seen that the reaction is very, like, this certainly is one of the movies of all time. I don't want to do like a react to it or anything, but I'm not going to play the audio. I'm just going to watch the video on mute and see if there is anything noteworthy. Okay. The top comment is a Minecraft YouTube being like, I'm gonna lose my job. So, all right, I'm just gonna tell you, they already lost me like 4 seconds immediately, because it's like, oh look, it's a big budget 3D render of a Minecraft world. Okay, sure, that's kind of what I expected this to look like. There's people. There's just real. It's just real people. Oh no. Oh, and the sheep. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry. Yeah, no, this yeah, it's entirely it takes place in an HD texture pack. I do like the comment on the video that says this looks like an SNL skit more than anything else. And yeah, it looks about as funny. It's like, this is not a whole movie. This is like a skit on SNL that is like 2 minutes too long at like 4 minutes or something. Like, that's what this looks like. Oh. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. Minecraft has been around for a really long time, and I don't know. I still don't know what to do. No idea what to do with it. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Out of touch CEOs made the decision. Yeah, like it's been around for a really long time, and executives still don't know what to do with it. Like, that's not good. That's really bad. I mean, I don't know what you would do with it, like to make a good movie, I guess. I mean, the answer is don't make a movie, but you know, that's never gonna fly. Like, how can we monetize this? Make a Telltale game. Wait a minute. Thing about it is, how do you? Yeah, Minecraft as a property is like, you have to kind of, you'd have to do something like what the Lego movie did, because, you know, obvious joke is that Minecraft is digital Lego, but it kind of is. It's like, it doesn't have a plot. Well, it kind of does a little bit. Like, there's very little for you to build a movie around, unless you sort of create something with it. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of built-in stuff that you can adapt. And yeah, no. This is weird. And why is Jason Momoa? Is that? I'm just looking at his like outfit, and They made some choices. I don't know why. I don't know. Jason Momoa's been doing a lot of kids stuff. I mean, that's fine. You know, want stuff his kids can watch, which is, yeah, understandable. It looks like they put him in a really bad wig, but I don't know if that is actually his hair or not. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for him. I don't know. Probably is a bad wig. Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird. Why? God, I've seen people being like, you know, we need to do a Sonic movie on it. We need to complain loud enough that they change it. It's like, it's not just a case. Like, I don't think this is like, you know, changing the design of Sonic's model, which is what they did for the Sonic movie. I think you got to throw the whole thing out. You got to throw the whole movie out and start again. Like, if you want to change this to anything resembling a movie people are actually going to want to watch, you need to throw the whole thing out and start again. Like, you can't. You just, yeah, no. Because it's not just about how bad or how weird the like HD Minecraft stuff looks. Because some of it looks weird and some of it doesn't look too bad. Like that's not the problem. That's not the problem with this. Well, it's not the big. I don't know. In fact, actually, you know what I just realized? There was literally an SNL skit that was about the Mario Kart, like a live-action Mario Kart movie with Pedro Pascal as Mario, and that's what this looks like, but worse. This is, oof. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What the hell? Trying to 100% trying to emulate Sonic. Sonic was live action. Kids love that. Okay, so the other thing. Okay, this is the other thing is that in my opinion, putting CG creatures in live action or CG characters in live action works way better than doing it the other way around, where you have a CG world with live action actors in it. Like, at least like of this level of like cartoonish like design, like this level of like with this kind of aesthetic. It's a lot harder to get that right, because there are plenty of movies that are, you know, actors in completely CG environments, but they're usually not. I don't know, they're usually like sci-fi or something where it's a lot. It doesn't look like a cartoon. I don't know. And honestly, the fact that the Sonic movies turned out as well as they did is kind of ridiculous. Like, everything was against that movie, just in terms of like production and yeah, it's like this I have no faith that it was going to be any good, and I don't think they're amazing, but they seem to be okay. Yeah. Without having a crew that really cared, I suppose so. Yeah. It's just, and God, I don't mean any disrespect to him, but if you see that James no, is that who it is? No, what's his name? Is it James Masters? Yeah, I think it is. The actor, the lead human actor guy. If he's the lead in a movie, like I don't know, he doesn't have a good track record. And it's not his fault, but like, yeah, I don't know. Director of the movies, his first industry job was doing the CG section of the Shadow game. He's been waiting for this. Yeah, I did see the trailer for the Shadow, the whatever Sonic 3 with Shadow and Shadow with Keanu Reeves. Shadow's like, if he doesn't, then you just need him to say Chaos Control at least once, and give him a gun. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Right. I forgot there was like a really specific weapon. Yeah. So weird. Continuing saga of Sonic games being absolutely like batshit insane. It's like after Sonic went 3D, the franchise was never really the same. It's like now not just platformers anymore. It's like now we have to have like, you know, end of the world plots, or Sonic gets isekai'd into a fantasy world, or I don't know, whatever else. Yeah, live and learn. Man. But it is clear that now with, I don't know exactly where the inflection point is, but video games are now being mined for TV and movies. They've realized that they can make money out of them. It's like, oh, people will go and see a Minecraft movie. That's the thing about the Minecraft movie, is like, it looks terrible, but it's gonna make a absurd amount of money because kids are gonna drag their parents to go see it, I guess. I don't know. Just let Sam Lake write a movie? I mean, yeah. Why not? But yeah, like, That's right, they did sell the rights to Control. Oh man. I'm not usually too bothered about, you know, adaptations casting the same people, because they're adaptations, and you know, but I'm trying to remember. Hold on, what's the actress's name? Who plays Jessie? Who plays the director in Control? What's her name? Courtney Hope, right? Like, if you don't get Courtney Hope to play Jessie, what are you doing? what are we doing here? Yeah. Like, I don't necessarily expect them to do that, but I really would. I don't know, you'd think they would. Already knows the character, already has, you know, experience playing them, and yeah. I don't know. One would think that they would at least consider it. Yeah. I don't know. And it is Annapurna who's an indie outfit in general. Why did I pronounce that wrong? I would give her. They would give her first refusal. Yeah, I would. You know, you'd hope so. Yeah. But also with oh. Mm. Wrong window? Oh no. Oh. Oh, I see. It would be window for Alan Wake. Ah. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Yes. Right, because he's Finnish. And he's dubbed over by yeah. So he's a Finnish actor, right? And he's dubbed over by oh, I forget his name. And interesting, non-dubbed. It's very like Alan Wake to play around with that, particularly Alan Wake 2. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. But like, yeah, particularly Control and Alan Wake 2. It makes sense, you know, they could make for good TV. The Remedyverse, yeah, man. What? Okay, so I'm trying to think what counts in that, because definitely the Alan Wake games, starting with Max Payne. Oh wow, and there's like there are 3 Max Payne games. There's at least 3, and there's Alan Wake, Alan Wake's American Nightmare, Alan Wake 2, Quantum Break. Is Quantum Break? I already played Control. What else? Is there anything else? Oh, Max Payne 3 was made by Rockstar and was very different. I see. I remember. I don't remember if I played Max Payne, but I remember it was pop. Yeah, I remember people talking about it because it had the essentially it had bullet time. Like that was its novel feature, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're copying the Matrix" or something like that. And my memory might be off because it was a very long time ago, but I remember there was something like that. Yeah. Maybe I did play it a bit. Maybe there was like a demo or something. Vague memory of maybe playing it a tiny bit. But it was a very long time ago, so who knows. Yeah, considering that the first game was released, what, 2001? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things. There's so many series to play through that I have not played through. Max Payne. Or Remedy, but yeah, the whole Remedy series, like, they're a lot more. Well, they are loosely connected, more directly connected through. It seems like Alan Wake 2 just kind of brings them all in, or a lot of them. Like Alan Wake being the Smash Brothers of the Remedyverse. It's like we're gonna bring them all together. And there, I played Control, which I did enjoy. Yeah. Oh, Alex Case is heavily applied to B Max Payne. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tried playing Max Payne 1 quite some time ago to try to do it on the stream, and it didn't. I don't know. I found it really awkward to play. So, yeah, I think I gave up on it very quickly. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really incentivized to keep going at that. I was just like, screw this, I'm going to do something else. Yeah. Oh. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can put that on the list of the Remedy-verse. But there are so many other ones. I think what getting so far ahead of myself thinking about what I would do for another retro gauntlet. We're getting so far ahead of ourselves here. Only on Final Fantasy 11 out of 16, possibly more because of spin-offs and sequels and things. But what I think the other ones that were heavily in consideration before going with Final Fantasy was like Metal Gear. Because I've only ever played 5. And yeah, those are interesting games. Second Metal Gear collection should be soon, TM, yeah. Oh no, sorry. I did play Revengeance. I didn't finish Revengeance, but I did play it. I think I just it's one of those games where I was having a hard time getting used to it. Like it, don't know. It didn't. I have watched a full playthrough of Revengeance though. I have watched several playthroughs actually. But I think for whatever reason I just found it a lot more difficult than I should have been. Than maybe it should have been. I think I just wasn't used to the way that it plays. That's what I remember about playing it. But yeah. So I guess yeah, I did play Revengeance and Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and I guess Ground Zeroes, which is the sort of essentially Ground Zeroes is just a demo for Phantom Pain anyway. But I've never played Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4. Although if you were gonna do, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Metal Gear. Let's have a look. I like the Wikipedia. It's like Metal Gear Japanese, Metal Gear brackets Japanese, the katakana for Metal Gear. Yeah, it's like yeah. There you go. Ba-ba-ba-ba. So yeah, okay, there are a lot. There are actually okay. If you were to just play the main ones, yeah, because if we look at the timeline of Metal Gear games, you've got quite a lot. Some of these, okay, some of the later ones are like collections, so let's not count the HD collections. But we start off with 1987. Metal Gear, which is like the which is yeah, top down, you know, it's not Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear. And it's for the MSX2, which is a heck of a thing, and then later released for the Famicom and the NES, yeah. And then there's Snake's Revenge, and then Metal Gear Solid 2 Solid Snake in 1990, which is odd. Sorry, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, not Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, Metal Gear, followed by Snake's Revenge, followed by Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, followed by Metal Gear Solid, then Metal Gear Solid the VR missions, Metal Gear Ghost Babel, and then Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, then Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes. I think some of these are remakes of each other, yeah. Yeah. And then Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, then Metal Gear Acid 2, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus, Metal Gear Solid Mobile, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Online, Metal Gear Solid Touch, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, there's HD Collection, Snake Eater 3D, Social Ops, Rising Revengeance, 5 Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, and then Metal Gear Survive, and then some more collections, yeah. So it's a lot more complicated in terms of which are the main ones, yeah. Just like the remake of MGS1 with a head-on combat scenes redirected by a famous anime director. I don't know, was it Twin Snakes that was on? Yes, that was a GameCube game. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, main series being Solid, 2, Snake Eater, 4, Peace Walker, Revengeance, Ground Zeroes, and 5. Yeah. Yeah, and since I've played Ground Zeroes and 5 already, if I was to do that, I think we would just go from maybe just Solid, maybe just up to Peace Walker or Revengeance. I don't know. Considering yeah, considering the whole point of it is to play games that I haven't played before. Yeah. Oh. Excuse me. Either release or Solid 2, 3, Peace Walker Grand. Oh, like chronological order. No, actually, is that chronological? Yeah, no, it is. I think it is. Roughly. Plot order. Yeah. Plot order. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually I just found a list. Fictional chronology in Metal Gear. If you were gonna play the Metal Gear games in chronological order, you would start with Snake Eater, then play Portable Ops, then Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, then the original Metal Gear, then Solid Snake, then Metal Gear Solid, then Sons of Liberty, Guns of the Patriots, and Rising Revengeance. Yeah. Because, yeah, Snake Eater is set in 1964, and Rising Revengeance is set in 2018. But it's funny because Rising Revengeance, Revengeance was it was 2013. It was made, so it was set in the distant future of 2018. Yeah, objective discussion would be something. Would be like Call of Duty, man. Yeah, true. I don't know how much of that I could take, but just because it's a lot of the same. same stuff. And there are so many of them actually. Like, let's have a look. Titles in, I mean, it would be another really long series. Although maybe the games themselves are not as long. But like, you've got Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty World War 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not to be confused with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, not to be confused with Call of Duty Modern Warfare number 2, this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare numeral 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare numeral 3, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Great, I get it, I understand. I don't know. I'm not that interested in. I don't know. It would probably be an interesting thing to do, but I'm not like super interested in like FPS. Like, not for any like particular reason. Just it's like not particularly interesting to me. Wolfenstein, yeah. Well, we played the new Colossus and the New Order and the Old Blood, and yeah. Yeah, and some of the earliest ones are like. You consider that the earliest one is from 1981. Yeah, for the Apple II. And yeah, Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah, that's where it starts. The ones that we recognize. Yeah. Doom. Yeah. We eventually would, yeah. You just license the brand, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll say what were my top 3 choices were before we started this was Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, and Zelda. So those are the other 2 that I would really want to do. Baldur's Gate, man. I mean, if I could work up to Baldur's Gate 3, if I knew that I would be able to play that would be good. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons I didn't go with Zelda. Is like that would be very long running. But again, like some of the early ones wouldn't take that long. Do all the Infinity games? Oh, I don't know. And that's another one where you have all of the so many. Yeah. Icewind Dale. I don't know. Spin off so many things. Brr. Mega Man. Mega Man, yeah. Mega Man. Why is it? Ah, here we go. How many games have there been? There's been a lot. And so looking at the Zelda, like if you were doing Zelda, what would you do? Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages, Four Swords, Wind Waker, Four Swords Adventures, Minish Cap, Twilight Princess, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. That's, you know, that's actually not too bad, and the Zelda games are not terribly long. So, you know, it wouldn't be too bad. Problem with that would be playing all of them. Nintendo doesn't make it easy. So you'd have to, I don't know, emulate a bunch of them probably. Or end up with a Switch, which is why I didn't go with that. But yeah, Mega Man, man, have I played any Mega Man games? Maybe I haven't. Oh yes, yes, of course, I would have to legally purchase all of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, Resident Evil. Oh, horror. I mean, not normally. Don't normally go with it. Yeah. It's also the fact that if you do like a Nintendo thing, you suddenly have to contend with a lot of VOD shenanigans because Nintendo is well, Nintendo is Nintendo. Yeah, I mean Resident Evil. So I think I would be okay with the horror in Resident Evil. I was gonna say up until we get to 7. When we get to 7, I would be like, I don't remember if I've seen a whole playthrough of 7, but I've seen enough of it, and to be like, oh, I don't want to. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh yeah, and 6. Oh my god, 6 is. I have fond memories of watching Graham's playthrough of that back on the early days of the Lure streams. Yeah, exactly. That was good old Resident Evil man-filleting giraffe. It's like, yeah. 6 is not even like is barely even a horror game. It's just like it's completely goofy. With like someone turning into like essentially a zombie T-Rex or some nonsense. I don't know. yeah, alright, the series is always a bit goofy, but yeah, 6 turns it up a lot. Like I think it was 5 that had Chris Redfield punching a boulder. Yeah, the early games do try to be proper horror games, for sure. And certainly the remakes of those also try to do that, but I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, and now I become the ultimate being! A huge tentacle man with an eyeball on his chin. Like, huh? Yeah. Forest God's Perfect Game, the remake's very good. Yeah, that is what I hear. And it's also kind of wild how influential the original Resident Evil 4 was. Yeah. Horror to biopunk espionage. Yeah, true. The main characters aren't scared. Yeah, that's the thing. The main characters are often just like, oh man, not this again. Go back to hell, you freak. Shooting the big tentacle monster or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, RE4 established third-person shooters. Yeah. But yeah, no, I would not want to play. I just don't think I would want to play 7 at all. 8 would maybe not be as bad, but 8 does have some very creepy things in it that I know about. Yeah. Like, and again, I've watched some people play 8. I've watched some streams of that, and oh, the bit where there is a giant baby. Oh, yeah, that's no good. Hey, Nuggets. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely some real proper horror in there, but I think it's just yeah. Horror as a thing, like whether it's a game or a movie in particular, or like media or like visual media of some kind. I don't know. It tends to stick. It tends to be very affecting to me. Like it sticks in my brain in a way that I don't want it to. Like I'll watch a horror movie or something like that, and then my brain will not be able to let it go. It will just be like, now we're going to replay all those horrible things that you saw over and over and over again. Like I can't just put it away after I've finished watching it. Like, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So this is why I tend to avoid horror media in general. Although weirdly, it is specifically like visual media, because like books and stuff like that, with some exceptions, but like I don't know, I can read some relatively scary books and it's not too bad. I don't know why it's worse if it's a visual medium. Although when I first listened to the Magnus archives, I made the mistake of listening to some of those episodes very late before I went to bed, and then I couldn't sleep. Although that got better as that went on. Yeah. I don't know. Silent Hill 2. It would depend as well. It would depend. So yeah, some horror media does work. Like I said, I made a mistake with Magnus Archives, but I did mostly enjoy that. Like, that was good. But I don't know. There's some like I'll tell you what yeah, I remember that my friends and I at university were like, oh, hey, you know, let's watch some classic horror movies, or I forget why we did this, but it was something like that. And so we watched The Shining, and after watching The Shining, I was like, that was a great movie. I'm not going to sleep tonight, and I never want to see that movie again. I never, ever want to watch that movie again. It was great. I'm never watching it again. I don't know why. It's certain things, but sometimes it's just like, yep, that's going to worm its way into the back of my head and just be there for a long time. So, no. Yeah. But it's definitely that sort of that eerie kind of horror where there's a lot of anticipation and like quote unquote good horror. The you know, the whole idea of like nothing is scarier. You know, the kind of horror movie where they show you the monster all the time. That doesn't usually bother me that much. But it's the kind of one where it's like where there's really high tension at all times. Yeah. I mean, I managed to get through Alien Isolation, and that was a lot of that, but it was very tense. Also, because the latter half of that game does kind of turn into aliens, but yeah. I mean, yeah, Alien Isolation is a great game. One of the better adaptations to games, yeah. But yeah, I don't go out of my way to seek out horror media, but maybe something like Silent Hill wouldn't be too bad. Don't know. It depends. It's another one that has a bunch of different, like... Well, it has a number of smaller entries, but they're like, you know, mobile games or arcade games or things like that. For Silent Hill, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, let's see. You've got Silent Hill. You got Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4, The Room, and then after that, mobile games, and then Silent Hill Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, Downpour, and I like the one that's upcoming called Silent Hill F. Ammo management when you have terrible aim sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Townfall. Oh. Silent Hill Town. There's not even a wiki page for that. It's just that's upcoming or TBA. Yeah. We don't know anything about that one. It says Silent Hill F apparently takes place in 1960s rural Japan instead of Silent Hill. The place the games are named after. Silent Hill Ascension. 2023. What is that? Let me Google it. Silent Hill Ascension? An interactive streaming series. Oh, yeah, okay. Have vaguely heard about this. It's extremely bad. Ah, good. So format, okay, it's television, yeah, computer animated TV series, cloud-based interactive components, blah 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 blah. Oh yes, yeah, now I remember hearing about this. Before a weekly episode airs, the worldwide audience determines the direction of the story through engagement, scheduled to run for a period of 6 months. Engage with daily puzzles to earn influence points, letting you vote on narrative outcomes. Right, yeah, I remember this now. So, yeah. Kind of stupid. Oh yeah, every scene's live stream concludes with a quick time event, which participants must input a button within the limited time frame. If enough of the audience fails to act, the character will meet an unfortunate consequence. Once the outcomes are finalized, the scenes are edited into the episode format and released to the public. Yeah. I just... yeah. That's just so convoluted. And for what? And for what? Yeah. For an extremely bad story is what, yeah. I mean, all of the gimmicky stuff that is like, you know, you can decide the direction of this story by voting on two very, like, on a really specific, like, binary choice of, like, do, you know, turn left, turn right, and it's like, this is I don't think anything that's done that has ever been particularly great in terms of like TV or you know, there was a brief trend for a while of like the interactive like Netflix show or whatever, and that died very quickly because I don't think it had much longevity because it's really gimmicky and just doesn't lead to a good story a lot of the time. I won an Emmy by default by being one of 2 nominated in its category. Oh well, there you go. Because it's not like, you know, choose your own adventure book or even a Telltale game where you can code a lot, you can do a lot more complex interactions, particularly in like a Telltale game or something similar. You do a lot more complex interactions, although they don't always do that. So you can fork things and branch them off and do this, this, and this, and this. But if you're doing like a TV show like that, there's a much they have much more limited scope in the kind of choices you can make, and particularly because they were doing it like weekly as well. Oh man, yeah. For like TV, I don't think it's anything more than a crappy gimmick. That no. And if you ask me, it's like, do you want to watch a TV show where the outcome has been decided by audience vote? I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not want to watch that. That sounds terrible. I would much rather watch a show that somebody made with a particular, you know, vision in mind. Yeah. Man. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to do with Retro Gauntlet and why I went with Final Fantasy was to kind of, I don't know, fill in gaps in my gaming knowledge to an extent. Not that like I feel like I need to have played every video game ever, but it was like, well, what haven't I played that's like very popular, very well known, and like Final Fantasy for sure. Given how massively influential and popular it is, it's like, yeah. And so we'd want to do something similar with other ones, which is why, you know, Metal Gear is a kind of a similar thing like that. Yeah, I mentioned Mega Man. That's kind of in a same sort of thing. Mega Man 2. There's a lot. Oh. What other? We played through Halo franchise. Dragon Quest, yes. I mean, there's also we were joking about it earlier, but there's also Sonic, which is kind of funny. Haven't played too many Sonic games. I remember playing Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube and Sonic Generations. Played those games and those were fun. I'm trying to remember if I played any other ones. Sonic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, Yakuza series. Like a Dragon, the turn-based Yakuzas. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we played Yakuza 0 for a bit, and I don't know. I put it down because it was like, yeah, I was having a difficult time with the trying to remember how it was. Yeah, it was the really big disconnect between the main story and the side stories and all the other stuff. And like, I found myself when I was playing 0 thinking, you know, if this was more tightly focused and just about Kiryu's story, like all the side stuff is like goofy and funny, and there's a lot of mini games, and like that's fine. But if it was just a more tightly packaged thing where it was just the main story, I would have a better time with it. But that's just me. You know, I'm like, I don't know. It felt bloated to me in a way that I didn't really enjoy. I'm just like, yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, I think I was probably just trying to do too much of the side content. But I remember the thing that really annoyed me is that you kept getting interrupted. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the phone booth, or I need to go to the Yakuza headquarters, or wherever the hell you're going. And you're just walking down the street just to go there, and then suddenly, bam, it's like, oh no, help me with this. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Shut up, go away. Like, that really bugged me. That really annoyed me. It's not like, oh, there's a side mission over there, I need to go and interact with it and activate it. No, they just kick the door in and are like, hey, you want to help me, you know, get my wife some flowers, or rescue my daughter from a cult, or you want to go bowling, or like whatever. I'm like, shut up, I am busy, go away. That really annoyed. Found that really irritating. So, yeah. I'm thinking, what else is there? Oh yeah, there's at one point like the God of War games. Like the original God of War games, but I don't know. Don't know about that. Played a lot of the Far Cry games. And I played most of the BioShock games as well. Gears of War? I haven't played any Gears of War games. I kind of already did a sort of prototype, like Fallout one already. Did that. Played Fallout 1 and 2 and 3 and New Vegas, and like I pretty much played all of the main Fallout games on stream already. Even if it was a long time ago, but I did do that. Just going through, like, you know, what are the big selling, you know, most popular game series. Oh, the God of War, if they all have 4-player co-op, man, that would be good. Yeah. Halfway. Yeah. Only Gears 3 and 4 is 4-player. Right. Oh. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Castlevania. I knew there's a bunch of other ones I hadn't. Yeah. Castlevania. That's a good one. There's a lot of those as well. But yeah, you need to play that before playing Metal Gear series, so that Psycho Mantis can tell you that I see you like Castlevania games. Like, oh, wait a minute, how does he know? Particularly the classic ones, like Symphony of the Night. What else? What else is there? There are quite a few. Actually, there are loads. There are so many. Actually, let me look at the names of some of these, because some of these are really good. So you got Castlevania, then Vampire Killer, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, Haunted Castle, Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, and then a different Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Castlevania Bloodlines, Castlevania Dracula X, then Symphony of the Night, Castlevania Legends, Castlevania on the N64, Legacy of Darkness, Circle of the Moon, Chronicles, Harmony of Distance, Aria of Sorrow, Lament of Innocence, Dawn of Sorrow, Curse of Darkness, Portrait of Ruin, the Dracula X Chronicles, Order of Ecclesia, The Adventure Rebirth, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, Lords of Shadow 2. I love that almost all the Castlevania games are like X of Y. Yeah, fighting games. Man, I've never been big into fighting games, but I don't know. If you were to follow one series in fighting games, what would it be? Like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Mortal Kombat or Tekken, yeah. Mechanical Evolution, Street Fighter, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Well, combat is the most interesting for story evolution, the ground zero for a lot of how fighting game stories are told now. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Also the least YouTube friendly. Yeah, there is that. There is that. suddenly all the VODs are just not available anywhere because there's a lot of yeah, I don't know, punching people's skulls off and ripping their guts out and I don't know, shattering somebody's spine with their own leg, whatever else, whatever nonsense you do, whatever, yeah. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Very people actually die. Well. You did mention Baldur's Gate earlier as well. That could be, could be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of options. Just definitely getting super ahead of myself here, thinking about it, but we will see. Yeah, I tried playing. I tried playing the demo of 6, and I got really visually overwhelmed by it, and I was like, I actually can't. I can't look at this anymore. I actually can't watch it, or I can't. Yeah, it was too much. Yeah. Tekken 8, good story mode. Yeah. I remember playing, I think I maybe, back in the day, somebody had, one of my friends had, what would it have been on? I think it was Tekken that we played. Was it on the... No. Why are you fighting? Every single millennial has played Tekken 3. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, on the play. Yes, because someone had. Yeah, it was on the PlayStation. Yeah. I think I do remember maybe playing that, but it was on. It was a friend. One of my friends had it on their PlayStation. I didn't have it myself. I guess I played a little Soul Calibur on the GameCube, and yeah, little bits like that. A lot of people generally don't play video games and go, oh shit, Tekken 3? Yeah, I think it was. It must have been then. Because I'm trying to remember, because I know one of my friends had a PlayStation that we played a number of games on, and then another friend had, was it a Saturn or a Mega Drive? Hold on a second. Or were they the same thing? I don't remember. No, it probably was a Sega. No, the Mega. Oh, right, because the Mega Drive was the Genesis, and that was from much earlier. Okay, so yeah, it would have been a Sega Saturn. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because I think there was I have a vague memory of playing a fighting game on that friend's Sega Saturn, but I don't know what game that would have been. Don't think it was. It wasn't Tekken or anything like that. But what? Virtua Fighter. Maybe it was. Maybe. Let me look it up. It could be any of them. Yeah. Okay, this is maybe a deep pull, but I remember there was maybe a fighting game, but there was also, I have a memory of a fighting game, and I think it was on the Sega Saturn, but the fighting game, it was with robots, Like brightly colored robots instead of like people. That's what I remember. I don't know what the heck that was. 2D or 3D? I think it was 3D. I think it was 3D. Virtua on. Hold on. Maybe? No, I don't think so. Maybe it was 2D. I don't know. Zero Divide. Let me look it up. Let me see if that rings a bell. So you know how little this narrows it down? Yeah, I know it doesn't help. Was it this? Was it Zero Divide? No, I don't think so. I might also just be completely inventing this. But if I point, I have a vague memory of like there being a yellow robot with like a flat disc for a head. And I don't know if that helps. That might help, that might not. I mean, it might have been Zero Divide. Yeah. Probably didn't make it up. I hope so. Ah, well. Let me see. Right, Sega Saturn fighting games. Let's have a look. See if I can pull this out of the depths of the past. Cybots. Let's have a look. Cyberbots. Ah, right. Ooh. Maybe. That looks maybe more promising. It's funny because I think I would have to find like an image of the exact thing that I am remembering to be like, oh yes, that's definitely it. Maybe. There's an outside chance it was Cyberbots, but I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. Wasn't that, was it? Just a second. Maybe I have found something. This would be the weirdest thing as well, because it was definitely like not a well-known or like largely popular game, I think. And I might be completely conflating it with something else, so who knows. Ah well, one of the mysteries of the past. Perhaps we'll never know. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny how that works. It's like, you know, vaguely recalling something from a long time ago that was very obscure, like trying to dredge it up through the mists of time and getting nowhere. Rise of the Robots? Maybe. Let's have a look. Ooh. Now, hold on. Could it be? Could it be? It's a lot of primary. Ah, wait. It might be actually. It might be, you know. This is definitely the closest thing. Hold on. I have to find some more screenshots. Hold on. Yeah. Hoping it wasn't Rise of the Robots. It might have been. It honestly might have been. One of those worst fighting games ever. It might have been this. Hold on. You know, maybe it was. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Or was it Rise 2 Resurrection? Yeah, because Rise 2 Resurrection was on the Sega Saturn. You know, it might have been this. Because yeah, mostly primary colored robots fighting each other. Yellow, what? Yeah, okay. I'm not like 100%, but I'm like 70% sure. It might actually have been this. It might actually have been Rise 2 Resurrection, which. Of all the games, and again, this is on my friend's console. Like, this is one of the games they had for some reason. I don't remember why. Yeah, I think it's got to be this. At least I'm reasonably. Yeah, it's unlikely that it's anything else. But God, what a But we just go into a store and grab what looked cool. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. The more screenshots I find, the more I'm thinking, yeah, it was this. Because the models of the robots really do kind of line up with what I remember. Yeah. Oh no. The original 16-bit Rise of the Robots was possibly one of the worst fighters ever made. That is until Rise 2 was released. Let me just see. I'm just gonna pull up a clip of it and see if that brings back any memories. Yeah, you know, I feel like it was this. Yeah. Yeah, particularly with the flat heads and like disc for a head on some parts. Yeah, this yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Nope. Yeah. Wow, this was terrible, huh? Really bad. Yeah. Ah, well, you can't win them all. remember what else we played on the Sega Saturn. It was such a long time ago. Fighting games with a military shooter of the 90s. I mean, yeah, kinda. I mean, man, there's a whole like history of that, and I have to imagine, you know, just from what I've seen about video game history, like that has a lot to do with the sort of with consoles taking the taking over some of the market from arcades, or at least, you know, the popularity of arcades, which had a lot of fight, which towards the 90s you started to get fighting games in the arcades, and then consoles. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were in arcades, so you still had the popularity of arcades pushing fighting games, and then when consoles came along, you know, they wanted to bring people in, so you know, you had a boom of fighting games and such. Peak of arcade ports was Dreamcast, yeah. I did watch the that video people have been sharing around recently about, you know, the best looking games ever, and that was a really interesting dive into the continuing like moving goalposts for what is the best looking game, you know. Mac Muscles had a whole series, the worst fighting games. Oh man, yeah, there's got to be some real trash out there. I don't know what it is about fighting games that can inspire some of the worst media you've ever seen, whether they're like terrible fighting games or like god awful movies. Too bad you will die. But then it also gave us the best worst movie of all time, which is Street Fighter the movie, which is God's perfect terrible film. So there's that. But for me, it was Tuesday. Yep. Are they trying to make Street Fighter again? I feel like every, like, I don't know, every 15 years or something like that. Or maybe longer. Maybe it's every 20 years. I don't know. Someone is like, we should make a Street Fighter movie. And they've done it with Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Raul Julia carried that movie so hard. He really did. Yeah, 5 or 6 months later. God damn. Yeah. Because to my knowledge, there have been 2 Street Fighter movies. There may well have been more. But you had, the first one was Street Fighter the movie, as previously mentioned, with Raul Julia, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Ming-Na Wen, and Kylie Minogue, of all people. And it is terrible, but it is a lot of fun. It is just camp enough. Well, actually, it's very camp, but it has exactly the right amount of camp to actually be fun to watch, even though it's not a good movie. And then was it like, I feel like it was like 2009 maybe. Not sure when this was. Whenever Legend of Chun-Li came out, which was just bad. It was 2009. Which was just bad. Just not a good film. Just really, really not a good film. And I don't know that they've made one since then. Not like a major motion picture. But maybe they keep trying to make it, yeah. Yeah, and the Mortal Kombat movie. Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. I mean, yeah, anytime in any movie or TV production, whenever Hiroyuki Sanada is on screen, it's going to be pretty good. Because he's very good. You know? So, yeah. Not too surprising that he's the best part of that movie. Yeah. It's interesting. Like they keep they keep making. There's definitely been more Mortal Kombat movies, so they keep trying to make Mortal Kombat movies. They've made a few Street Fighter movies. Has anyone ever tried to make a Tekken movie? Oh no. How bad was it? Quite possibly the worst. Ah, good. Man, being the worst fighting game movie is a real accomplishment. I just looked this up. Oh yeah, this certainly looks like a 2010 movie. Ah, from the producer of Ghost Rider. This is on the poster. From the producer of Ghost Rider. You want to put that on your poster, huh? All right. Plagued hard by rewrites and studio meddling. They have originally had Jackie Chan and Jet Li on board because one of them is always had him portray that character. Wow. Both of them dropped out. Yeah. I'm just looking at the wiki page for the Tekken movie, and it was announced in 2002 but did not start development until 2007. Which, woof. Yeah. Oh, I love this in the Wikipedia page. It says, its critical reception was unfavorable, praised for its fighting scenes, but criticized for everything else, basically. The criticism also came from the video game series executive director Katsuhiro Harada. Nevertheless, Tekken spawned the 2014 prequel Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge, which I can't imagine. Oh, it was a direct-to-video. Yeah, okay. It was direct-to-video. Yeah, that makes sense. Only a few years early for direct-to-streaming. Also, I like the fact that it's a prequel called So and So's Revenge, like Kazuya's Revenge, but it's a prequel. Man. Well, with, like I said before, Tekken movies also set in a dystopian sci-fi future. Oh no. Yeah. There can't be. I'm just looking up things about the Tekken movie, and I found a Reddit thread of people asking on the Tekken subreddit, "What's your opinion about this movie from 6 months ago?" And one of the top comments was, "Insanely terrible. I watched it 5 times." Has Kerry Tagawa as Heihachi, and that's one of the saving graces. Alright. And thinking about it, there's been what was the there's another fighting game. Was it Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive, I think, was made into a movie as well. Like, there was definitely a spate of, like, I guess it may have been early 2000s, yeah, or like 2010, around that, where they was like fighting game movies. Let's go, like the sort of martial arts tournament movie. Not surprised, yeah. Because a fighting game turned into a movie. You've got a lot of excuses or a lot of opportunity, I suppose, for fight choreography, and there's often like a built-in sort of story. You know, it's maybe, I don't know if it's particularly attractive for a movie, but it has a lot of things built into it that might make people think, oh yes, we can make something out of this. Oh, really troubled production, yeah. Oh no. Oh no, that's no good. Yeah, that's not gonna do your movie any favors, is it? Oh no, man. But definitely, I'm not entirely sure, but it feels like there was definitely a period of like people trying to make video game movies in like around the turn of the millennium up to like 2010, 2012, because there are a lot of them were really bad. There are a lot of bad video game movies that came out during that time. Like, let's see. There was the Doom, the 2005 film, yep, Doom. And there was, like the Mortal Kombat movies, Dead or Alive, Tekken, what else? There's probably quite a few other ones. So there was a sort of spate of trying to make video game movies, all the UFA Ball movies, right? Yes, also that. But they were just not good, yeah. Nobody working in the industry cared about video games yet, yeah. A lot of people grew up on video games trying to make them instead. And honestly, oh yeah, and the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, how could I forget about Tomb Raider? The Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies. From 2001 and whatever, yeah. And they're not too bad. I think I don't know how well it's aged though. It's been a really long time since I saw it. But yeah. The first Tomb Raider movie seems to have been, seems to be okay. The second one is not great, but again, I don't know how well they've held up. They might not hold up quite so well. Who knows? But yeah, so you put that in as well. But also, I do feel like Tomb Raider. Honestly, Tomb Raider has is a really good property to adapt for a movie, because it doesn't require too much work to make it make it work as a film. But then again, more recently we had the one with the more recent Tomb Raider movie that was very much based off of the reboot series, and that was kind of, you know. Did Uncharted flop too? Uncharted did flop. Uncharted was, well, the problem with Uncharted was, well, many things were the problem with that film. But it often comes from like trying to change things too much. It's getting a sequel, yeah. I mean, the real problem with Uncharted is that by far the biggest problem with the Uncharted movie is that they made it too late. So you could not really, they couldn't cast Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake because he's aged out of the role now, more kind of. So I mean, actually, yeah, he has. So they made that movie about, like, I don't know, 15 years too late. He is still doing action roles, but if you wanted to do like okay, if you were gonna do it, you would have to do like an established Nathan Drake, which is fine, and that would probably work. But that's not usually. They're still in the thinking of like, it's got to be an origin story, so that then we can spin this off into a franchise of, like, 5 different movies. or whatever. We can't just start it with him already being established. You can't do that. And they cast Tom Holland, and like Tom Holland is he's a good actor. He does good work, but he's not Nathan Drake. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not a good cast for Nathan Drake. And Mark Wahlberg is an atrocious casting for Sully as well. Like, Mark Wahlberg is... Yeah, no. Bad. Yeah. Yeah, what you see with a lot of video game adaptations is very much a case of people taking a property that they know is popular, but not really valuing the story that it already has. It's only a sort of popular... it is a popular wrapper on something that they can just produce and just like, okay, if we attach this IP to it, we'll get a bigger audience because there's a built-in audience for this thing. So they don't really... And it's not that you... Because I don't think you always have to respect the source material. There are plenty of good movies that are or things that are adaptations of other things that don't, that take some deviations and it still works fine. The MCU is actually one of the biggest ones because they deviate a lot from the comics and a lot of it, you know. But anyway, but not really wanting to make, you know, they don't want to make a Halo TV show. Like, they get it produced because it's like, yeah. Exactly, it's seen as a lesser art, so it's like, no, we don't value, like, never mind all of that. We're going to take the IP, we're going to take the visually recognizable stuff, call it Halo, give him the Spartan armor, and then we're just going to do whatever the heck we want with it. Yeah. But you do get, occasionally, we're starting to get a few adaptations where... yeah, exactly. Where there is, yeah, where they take their cues from the games. Where they clearly value the source material. Because I think there is a tendency to be reductive in like discussion and say like, oh, this doesn't respect the source material, therefore it's bad. Or like, it doesn't adapt the source material, therefore it's bad. And it's like, well, that's not necessarily the case. Like I said, I don't think you always have to be slavishly, adapting the source material. That's not always necessary. Sometimes the source material is bad and you need to disrespect it. But, you know, it's not even that. It's just that, well, is it good or not? And I think a lot of the problem comes with bad adaptations is there's a whole lot of missed opportunity because the fans know that there's like a good story that was told, and like if we saw, you could adapt that and see that on the big screen or whatever, or on TV. But with things like Fallout and Last of Us and those two are the biggest ones recently, where it's like they at least have respect for the source materials, you know, and particularly Fallout is doing its own thing, which I think was definitely the right call, rather than trying to adapt one of the games. But they were like, no, people want to see this, and we want to see this, because you know, some of this is for fans of the game, and it will also appeal to new audiences. Yeah. Last of Us. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, you could just go play the game because it's a very faithful adaptation. So the question is, well, what's the point of adapting it? Well, it then reaches a much wider audience. For as popular as Last of Us is as a game, like putting a TV show has a potentially much wider audience. So it exposes that story to a lot more people. You know, you get it. Yeah. because a lot of people are not going to play the video game. Let me just get out there. Bonk. So it's like, yeah, from the point of view of someone who's already a fan of The Last of Us, who played the games, yeah, a one-to-one adaptation is not particularly exciting, because like, yeah, I've already seen this, I've already played the games. So I don't need this, but then it's not for you. Like, it's for a wider audience. It's for a TV audience, right? It's actually it's not trying to, you know, it's not trying to reach you. You've already seen it. Like, trying to do more with it. You might have seen that with the later seasons. Yeah, I think they've said that the second game is going to be 2 seasons. I think they've said they're splitting it into 2 seasons. I mean, I have to imagine largely because they got like a very small number of episodes per season anyway. And I think 2 is a much bigger game than the first one was. Oh, and the expansion. Maybe that will be... Well, the expansion was a flashback, wasn't it? It was a flashback of Ellie. So I wonder if they'll work that in some other way. Who knows? And they sell that on its own. Yeah, I remember liking that. So I've not played Last of Us 2. I remember, oh man, I think people are still big mad about Last of Us 2, but I remember at one point I was like, oh, should I play Last of Us 2? Should I stream it? And I'm like, oh, I kind of avoided it because I didn't want to. There was like, for a while, I think it has calmed down a bit now, but I think it's still prevalent. Last of Us 2 was basically radioactive. Like, you would draw out all of the bad faith. Yeah, that's the thing, and I know that there are a lot of people who have genuine issues with it, and again, it's the sort of thing that I would want to play it to make up to form my own opinion on it. Because I did really enjoy the first one, and I want to see where this one goes. And I've heard some various things about it and why people might dislike it, and yeah, can understand that. But Last of Us 2 attracted a lot of really horrendous, gross, unconscionable hatred from just some of the very, very bad stuff, to the point of like I don't want to play this because it will draw out all the really, really horrible people. Like, to put it this way, and this is a really horrible thing that happened. So warning for that, but a lot of people took issues with Abby's character, with the character of Abby, which fine, you can have an issue with a character, that's fine. But it was like Laura Bailey, who plays Abby, got death threats about it. Not only that about her, but also about her family. And like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Yeah. Yeah, so Last of Us 2 attracted a really toxic base of haters, I guess. It's one of those properties where it's like, for a while, it was really hard to separate out, like, good faith criticism versus people who are just being horrible. So, yeah. So I avoided it for quite a while, and I think it might, but I think maybe, I don't know, maybe it's calmed down now that I could maybe play it and not worry too much about that, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. There you go. Moved on to be angry about Spider-Man 2 instead. Oh, goody. There. I've really, it's funny because I've not really heard much about that game since it came out. Probably because, you know, if I was looking in the right places, I would probably find some I don't know, some people talking about it, discourse. But it seems like it came out and it just came out, and I don't know. Haven't heard anything. Oh, was it? I always hesitate to ask why. Yeah, it's more of the same, so no one had much to say about it. I mean, I remember people were mad about MJ in the previous game because she looked like a normal person. Like, nah. And they had like realistic relationship issues. I do think, yeah, the stealth sections were boring. Like, that's, yeah, those were not fun. They could have done more with that, or, you know, I appreciated them trying to make her, you know, part of, you know, give her more of an active role in stuff. Like, I appreciated that, but the stealth was just boring. It wasn't particularly fun. But I didn't have any issue with her character. So, you know. Oh, it's good. It's just more Spider-Man. It's not actually impressive this time around. Right. That's always the thing. You know, you have a sort of groundbreaking game or like a very impressive, and then they do more of that. And it's like, okay. Yeah, it's still fun. It's just not as much to write home about. Yeah. Oh no, what a shame. Yeah. The difficult second album. Because everyone was blown away by what they did in the first time, and they expect that same reaction, but actually it turns out the second one is just more of the same because they're building on what they did before. And third album, whatever. No, I played Miles Morales, it was great. Right, I guess, yeah, sorry, I think of that as DLC for the first one. Yeah, exactly, it was more of an EP. No, the Miles Morales standalone, whatever, was great. Loved it. Man, they should make an adaptation of Spider-Man. Why has nobody done that yet? Why has nobody made the Spider-Man games into movies? Makes you think, huh? We should explore his origin. Yeah, how did he become Spider-Man? I've literally never heard that. I've never heard of how he got his spider powers. I feel like that would be really interesting and novel to see on the big screen. How did you know, I don't know. No one's ever mentioned how Batman became Batman. It's weird. You'd think they would have brought it up by now. Yeah. Yeah, we found the first year as Batman. Oh god. There is a new Batman animated series out at the moment. It's called Batman Cape Crusader, and it is actually that. It is actually, again, early days Batman, and it's like, oh boy, this again. I still haven't seen The Batman. I still have not seen that film. Yeah. 1920s Batman. Yeah, it's funny because I watched a couple episodes of Cape Crusader, and I was watching it going like, there isn't much to this. Like, it's not bad, but there's not much to it. It's like, feels very thin. And because it's in the same style, or a similar style to Batman the Animated Series, I'm watching it and I'm just going, but why could I could just go watch Batman the Animated Series. I don't know. But yeah. It's one of those. It's funny because the impression I got from watching Cape Crusader is that it's one of those shows because it's very short. It's like 20-minute episodes, I think. I think it's about that. Which for animation is fairly normal, and it's not a large number of episodes in the season. So it falls victim to the same thing that a lot of TV is actually that's happening quite a bit, which is that a lot of characterization and character relationships are not built. They are assumed. Like, they don't actually have, because they don't have time to do the work of building a relationship gradually between characters and seeing that take place. It's a lot of stuff is just very quick and very, like, it's taken for granted. Like, characters' relationships with each other when they're not built up, which doesn't really work as well, because it turns out doing the work of actually spending the time to build a relationship, build character relationships with each other, you get more invested in it that way, because you see them, you see that happen, you get more time with them. But when you don't have a lot of episodes and you don't have a lot of time per episode, you don't have the time to do that. And so it just kind of feels hollow, because you're being told that these characters have this relationship, but you're not being shown it because they don't have the time to show it. And yeah, that's everywhere in TV at the moment because of like low episode counts. It's one of my biggest problem with the most recent series of Doctor Who. It's like, you're just telling us that these two are good friends. You're not actually showing me that. You're just telling me that. Doesn't work. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway. Now's that era of Bruce Wayne. Man, Do you know what's funny? I know they're making a Penguin TV show as well. And I think I saw a headline or a quote or something like, no, we don't need Batman in this. We don't need Batman at all. It's like, I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't think the Penguin is interesting outside of, like, any of Batman's rogues gallery without Batman feels weird to me. Because they only exist as antagonists for another character. This is why the Joker movie is bizarre to me. It's like, no, we're gonna focus on Penguins. Like, okay, seems weird. Huh? Oh yeah, the Gotham TV show is like Bruce like 11. All his villains are going to be in their 50s by the time he actually becomes Batman. Yeah, it gets weird. Oh yeah, what's his face? The actor. Yeah. I forget the actor's name. Wasn't there a thing in that in Gotham where they had like 5 different Jokers? They just kept you guessing about who the Joker was gonna be, or something like that. Yeah. The Jonkler. Why are there 2 Jonklers? What is there a lore reason for this? Why does the larger Joker not simply eat the other one? Is he stupid? Yeah. I wonder if there's a name for like the subgenre of like adaptations of something without the main character. You know, like Gotham, which is Batman but without Batman. Which is just a bold choice, really. Yeah. So weird. I don't know, maybe we will start to see more. Well, we've seen a few already video game adaptations that are actually pretty good. Maybe we'll start to see more as they value these, but man, that Minecraft trailer does not help. Still had it pulled up on a different tab. Like, oh god, oh no. Whereas the Sony Spider-Man stuff, but WB actually has the rights to use Batman. Well, do they? I wonder, because a lot of those rights can be very specific, and the production, and I don't know, or there's not even has to be rights, but there are also often mandates. Like, for example, famously back when Smallville was around, the show was like, okay, this is about Superman, but you're not. It was like it was a corporate mandate that like he's not allowed to fly and he's not allowed to wear tights. You cannot. It's like you. So you have to make a Superman show without using Superman. You have Clark and you have all the side characters, but you cannot. He cannot become Superman until right at the end, which was fine for the first few seasons when he was in Smallville just learning his powers, but then by the end of it, he's in Metropolis working for the Daily Planet, dating Lois Lane, and he's still not allowed to be Superman. It was so stupid. And I think they referenced a bunch of other, because I think, yes, there was a bat embargo for a while. Like they brought in like into Smallville, they had like Aquaman, Hawkman, Flash, and a bunch of other characters, and no Batman because they weren't allowed to use Batman. Oh, do you mean the recent animation, Superman, My Adventures with Superman? Because that's on Adult Swim of all channels. But anyway, that is a great show. Ah, no, okay. Well, because that's what I'm talking about. All right, if you're talking about CW, then yeah, that is Smallville. Like, that is Smallville. Yeah. No, My Adventure with Superman does slap. It's great. Love it. Yeah. But no, that I guess Smallville is an example of making the thing without making the other thing. Oh, Superman and Lois, right? Sorry, both Smallville was also on the CW. Yeah. At least I think it was. Actually, did the CW exist? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, that I haven't seen that show, but it sounds like it was really very good, so I should watch it at some point. Or it might be worth watching. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you had Gotham is a Batman show without Batman, and to some extent Smallville is a Superman show without Superman. Why does this keep happening? It's weird. I don't know what it is as soon as executives get a hold of a property, they're like, what if it wasn't any of these things? You know, it's like, all right, we're making a, I mean, that's what people are worried about with like, there's a Zelda movie in production. Oh god. It's like, let's make a Zelda, all right, let's make a Legend of Zelda movie, but Link, but it's in the modern day. Link talks, has a pet dog, and he solves crime. No, I didn't. The Shadow of the Colossus movie. Although I think I remember hearing that it was weird and bad. It's like, let's just take all of this and strip everything out. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for the live action Zelda movie at all. I would be so much more interested if it was animated. Like if they especially if it was 2D animated. Really, the only people I trust, like the only production company I trust to make a good Zelda movie is Studio Ghibli. And nobody else. Like, I don't trust anybody else to make a Zelda movie. Maybe it'll be okay, but I don't have high hopes. Yeah. Wants to make something very Ghibli inspired. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna get studio metal to shit. It's like, okay, that's the right inspiration, but I would still much rather it was made by Studio Ghibli and was a 2D animated movie. Like, God, I wish it was that. I really wish it was that. I'm forever going to be mad that that isn't what it is. I don't know. I just don't make it another isekai movie, you know? So they just I mean, it kind of fits with some of the Mario Brothers story, but that's what they did with Mario movie, where it's like Mario and Luigi, actual plumbers from New York, get sucked into a magical kingdom, which is also the plot of the Bob Hoskins Mario Brothers movie. So you know, there's that. And some of the games do that, but some of them are just like, nah, he just lives in the Mushroom Kingdom, don't worry about it. But yeah, no, live action Zelda movie. And I also really hope they cast, like, okay, we're doing a live action Zelda movie, you gotta cast an unknown actor as Link. Like, I don't want Tom Holland playing Link. Or anybody who's, like, well known. Because it's just not, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work. Like, someone high profile. I mean, no. Timothy Chalamet as Link. I nearly said Timothy Oliphant, which would be a very different movie. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet in Alfie's and a blonde wig. No, please. No, he's not a bad actor, but it's going to be so distracting. I don't know. That's a weird thing about casting established actors as certain characters, because sometimes it then becomes very hard to see the character, and it's really no fault of the actor themselves. It's just the sort of their public persona and how well known they are. Like, it's very difficult to see Harrison Ford as anything other than Harrison Ford in any movie he's made recently. Because he's also now going to be in the new Captain America movie as a recasted General Ross, I think, and it's like that's just Harrison Ford. That's just Harrison Ford. As the president of the get off my plane. I think he is playing the president in the Captain America movie. Yeah. But it's like, no, that's just him. But yeah, like it was a stated reason why back in 1970 78 they cast an unknown to play Superman. Christopher Reeve was unknown, and they were like, we only want the audience to see Superman. We don't want them to see Clint Eastwood, who was genuinely someone they were considering at one point. They're like, no, we want them to just see the character. And that is actually easier if they are an unknown actor. And I kind of have the same thought about, like, fine, if you're going to do a live action Zelda movie, you need to do that with Link as well. I think you can get away with, like, oh god, what's the most, like, studio meddled version of this? Like, Timothée Chalamet as Link in a blonde wig and pointy ears. Who's playing Jack Black as a Goron? Yeah. I was gonna Jack Black as Ganondorf. Continuing his thing as playing villains. He played Bowser. Someone from Euphoria as well. I don't know too many actors or actresses, but let me think. Who was it? Oh yeah, Anna Taylor-Joy. No, not Anna. Anya. Sorry. Anya Taylor-Joy as Zelda. Which is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not bad casting, but who could be the one? Get Idris Elba in there. Worst casting for Ganon. Well, I joked and I said Jack Black for Ganon, and I actually think Jack Black wouldn't be good casting for Ganon, so I'm going to say that. I know, Idris Elba as Tingle. I don't know. This also depends on which Zelda we're doing, whether it's an adaptation of one of the games or if it's its own thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. The internet will have already answered this in the worst way possible. Zelda movie fan cast. Let's have a look. Who you got? Oh yeah. Oh, this is great. This is great and terrible. Hugh Jackman as Ganondorf. Andrew Garfield as Link. Oh no, I don't know. No, I don't know. When was this from? When is this post from? Hold on. How old is this post? Oh, 1 year ago? No. Sorry, buddy, but no. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Ah, yeah, here we go. Great. Yeah, there's several people casting like Andrew Garfield as Link. It's like, you're casting from like 15 years ago. But, oh, this is maybe the worst version, yeah. Andrew Garfield as Link, Gal Gadot as Zelda, and Dwayne Johnson as Ganondorf. Like, The Rock as Ganondorf. Like, oh, no. No. Oh. Yeah, Dwayne is the worst possible option. Yeah, that's the problem. Then he can't lose. Then he cannot lose a fight because you do that. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I found like 3 different ones that are fan casting Andrew Garfield as Link. No. Especially not now. I allow himself to lose in a single movie? Maybe. Oh yeah, there's someone did like, oh god. Okay, yeah. The Netflix series, someone did Tom Holland as Link. I think, is that Idris? Yeah, that looks like Idris. Idris Elba as as Ganondorf and Emma Watson as Zelda. It's like, yeah. Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Link. The meta gag that might actually work is actually casting The Rock as a Goron. Like, that might actually work. Maybe. Maybe. But then, like, internet fan casting is almost always terrible, so... Corn cuisine is real and it will get you, yeah. Like, yeah. Most of internet fan casting is just... Oh, Gerard Butler as Ganon? Oh my god. No. No. But yeah, most internet fan casting is always terrible. Which is like, who is popular actor and who sort of vaguely resembles the character. Like, what you'll end up, like, the classic example to me is always whenever they do like a fan cast for a Superman movie, they pick bald actors to play Lex Luthor, which is like the height of unimaginative casting, because I don't know why, but people seem to forget that you can, like, actors can shave their head. Like, it's not difficult to just, like, it's not hard. It's really not. Yeah, bald is not talent. Yeah. It's really easy to fix. It's like, no, he can't be Lex Luthor. He's got hair. Because you would see, God, like, after Breaking Bad, people were like fan casting Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor. Now, however, I will say, I actually think that's good fan cast. That's a good cast. Like, I actually think he would do a great job. He would do an amazing job. But that's not why you've put him in this fan cast, is it? You only put him there because he's already bald. Werner Herzog is canon. That's actually... I would like to see the baby. I would like to see the Triforce. Give me the Triforce. We shall discuss it. The Triforce. And men's hubris in trying to control nature. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd watch that. Start putting Werner Herzog in everything. Destroy the sword. Do not, destroy it. I will have the Triforce. Yes, I will make it my own. Make the world the way I want it to be. Put Herzog in D&D campaign. Yeah, put him in everything. Oh my god. The adventuring party, a roaming force of entropy enforcing its will upon the locale. Yes. Yep. It's also, God, it's so funny seeing, like, yeah, so many fan casts as well are based on, like, movies from years ago. And so it's like, no, you can't really cast, like, one of them I think I saw when past had John Rhys Davies as like King of Hyrule, and like you're like John Rhys Davies is 80 years old, and like I think maybe it would maybe work, but it's like you're casting him because you saw him in Lord of the Rings. Like kind of annoying, not annoying. Ignoring the fact that many years have passed since then, and some of these actors are a lot older than you remember them being. So it's not going to work out. I don't know. Yeah. Some of them have the sort of unfortunate problem that they're from that these castings are from a few years ago, and so some of the actors are actually dead. It's like cast one of these is what was it? Yeah, Donald Sutherland. It's like, well, yeah, it's not gonna work out anymore. But I mean, that's fine. It's from like 5 years ago, so who knows? Yeah. Yeah, again with the Zelda movie, we have no idea what it is even going to be like. Like, what are we doing? Are we adapting a game? Are we adapting a specific game? Are we making just another Zelda iteration, like its own thing? Is it, you know, adapting all of it? Is it what is it? No idea. Oh yeah. Oh, those videos where it's like, yeah, please. I've seen that where you put Leslie Nielsen in Detroit Become Human. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Oh yeah, place your bets now. What is the slowed down version of a pop song that they use in the Zelda trailer? Well, what pop song do they use? You know, single piano note. Ding! And then, what do we think? It's got to be like a classic one. Take Me to Church. Yeah, like the most obvious one. Holding Out for a Hero. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. All right, place your bets now. Mark it. Let the record show. God, if it is that, I'm gonna flip out. That's like the which Beastie Boys track could they pick? Don't know well enough, but. Sabotage? Yeah, just pick Sabotage always. Yeah, no, okay. Holding Out for the Hero is the obvious one. Like, cause, yes. Slow piano cover of Sabotage, yeah. That must exist somewhere. It's so predictable as well. Like, it's when the trailer for the Beetlejuice sequel came out, it's like, and slow piano cover of the Banana Boat song in 3, 2, 1, and yeah, exactly. Song of Storms, maybe. I mean, yeah. Is it too much to hope that they will use the music? You know, I don't even know if the Halo TV show used the music from the games. You know. Yeah. And like the Zelda theme is so iconic. Did they use the Mario Brothers theme tune? Main theme at the end and the credits, of course. In the the credits. Oh god. Green Hill's only intro for Sonic. Ah, okay. Actually, yeah, when I watched the trailer for the Sonic 3, I realized they were using like a slowed down epic cover of Green Hill Zone. So there was that. Oh god. And super forgettable movie. Yeah, I haven't seen it, which I don't really care. I don't really care about watching it. So, yeah. It's such a again, it's sort of the missed potential, because if they don't use the music from the games, it's a real shame, because there's some really, there's some great iconic pieces of music in there. And like the Zelda theme, it's the theme from the original game, which is, is carried forward this whole time. Extremely focused in a way that's extremely cynical and uncreative. Yeah, well, basically what everyone was expecting. Yeah. Like, is this going to keep going, depending on how successful the Zelda movie is? Nintendo starts licensing out its other properties. What comes next? Although if Nintendo, Metroid movie, Star Fox movie. Yeah, true, that would need Nintendo to acknowledge Metroid. This is true. Kirby, oh yeah. I don't know why, but I actually kind of want Kirby to be like the Sonic movie, where Kirby ends up in the real world. Like, I don't know that would be good, but I think it would be funny. Like, and also it's James Marsden again, who has to deal with Kirby for some reason. Star Fox Advertised by the Henson Company. Hey, they did that for one Nintendo Direct at E3 some number of years ago, but quite famously they had essentially Muppet Star Fox, and it was hilarious. It was Muppet Reggie and Miyamoto and Iwata, and they yeah, no, that was a thing, and then they turned into Star Fox characters. Swear to you, not making it up. Yes, E3 2015. That's what it was. Yeah. Yep. Hold on. Yeah. Almost 10 years ago. God. I mean, okay, I don't really care that much about the one for this, but let's watch, because this is so ridiculous. If you haven't seen this before, and this is a throwback as well, so hold on. All the excellent puppet bits from Nintendo Direct E3 2015.
Mr. Iwata? Mr. Iwata? Oh, wow. Yes, we're ready to start filming the Nintendo digital event for E3 2015.
Okay, thank you. I will head directly to the stage.
So again, this is a real thing. They did this. This was their presentation. Oh my god.
Reggie, are you ready for the digital event?
Nintendo 62, Nintendo 63, Nintendo 64. My Puppet body is ready.
Oh my god. Yep. Yep.
I'm here.
Oh. I don't know if it was actually Henson. It might have been. I'm not sure. Not necessarily, but it may well have been. I don't know.
Mr. Miyamoto?
Oh, yes.
I mean, there's actually a very good chance it was. Given the
Oh,
given the
okay.
Muppety
Ready whenever
nature
you
of
are,
yep.
Gentlemen?
Okay,
I
yeah,
just
no.
have to remember my words.
Yeah, no, definitely Henson. With the yep.
Look, look.
Directed by Brian Henson. There you go. Yep. Makes sense. I love how just nonsensical this is. They're just turning into the characters for no real reason. But here we are. I forget what this was actually to announce. Ah, yeah. Star Fox Zero for Wii U, that's right.
Hey, Fox, do a barrel roll.
Yeah, come on, Fox. Do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
Barrel roll? I can do better than that. Check this out.
I wonder what's next.
Oh, God. Yeah, they had several different bits, didn't they?
Hey. Ah!
Come. Yeah, that was Donkey Kong. Yep. Oh my god. So good. So silly. Simpler times. Alright. Well, with that, I think that's a good time for me to call it today. Oh man. God, I can't believe that was actually from 2015. Good lord. Oh. All right. Anyway, so I will call it there for tonight. I'll go get some food. And yeah, so next week I think I'm taking a break because I need. We've played a lot of Final Fantasy, so it's been a while since I've actually taken a stream break. So I'm going to do that next week. That also gives me a bit of time for our birthday celebrations next week. Hooray! So yeah, I might see about if I can find time to do a special bonus stream if I find something I want to do. But I think otherwise I'm going to take a break. So we'll be back not too long after that, though. With something, whether it's Final Fantasy 11 or just a bit of an interlude, we will see. But I'm on break. I'm on break now. That's the plan. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good week. I will see you around. I'm out of here. Bye.